had murdered and who had been murdered, guys in prison. I mean, everything you think of, you know, is there. I mean, it's just like in a way, it's a Detroit boys in the hood. You know,
Okay,
that's
right,
what it
right.
is. It's
Sound like a real well-rounded book, like because you're
yeah,
not just reflecting on one aspect. Like you say, some things may be embarrassing, some things that you did wrong, some things your family did
yeah,
wrong. You going into
all,
like you
all that,
pouring your soul into it, you know. So
all that, man.
that's
It's
dope, bro.
everything in there. I put everything in there, man. And for me, it was just so therapeutic. And some people came to be like, man, I like what you said. I enjoyed your book. They said, but I don't know if I'm even prepared to put myself out there like that. I said, man, it was just that time for me. I had lived so much of my life like in shackles. Wow,
Hmm.
I had knowledge of self. It's still so much of myself I didn't show, and I kept in shackles because when I went through what I went through as a teenager, I was paranoid. I was scared to go places because I thought the family would retaliate or come at me, and I was paranoid, and it put a lot of my life in shackles. Even if you look at my earlier pods, in all honesty, the real reason I didn't do video then is because a little bit because of some insecurities and all that early on, but it was really stemmed from me not wanting people to see me and thinking that people would see me, and that was stuff that I dealt with back when I was a teenager. All of still dealing with that in my adulthood, and as you know how that trauma is, can stay with you. You think you're dealing with stuff because you get knowledge of yourself, and you eating better or you eating healthy and you working out, but some of that stuff will still be there with you because I some of that I didn't deal with, some of that I didn't really deal with, and you know uh, I talk about that in my book, and it's amazing how some of that still revisits me, and I found some of the things that are really going on with me by going through therapy. I was like, that's why I found it so great to go through therapy because I found out there was some things that were still brewing that I didn't deal with. But Black Boy Rise, man, that's my memoir, and it talks about everything you that was going on in my city, in my community, in my life. Everything you think of is in there. Stories of there's stories about everything in there, and it's to me it was just real therapeutic. It's like I just, in a way, I was able to lay some of the burden down, some of those burdens down, and that's what I was glad to do, and I was really happy to share my story with the world, and I think it'll be a good thing for a lot of young men, to read that book and know that I'm not alone. You may think you're alone, but you're not alone. It's millions of young men going through what you're going through. I'm just one of the few that's willing to share my story and not worried about people making fun of me or talking down on me or having nothing to say. Somebody gotta break the ice, or somebody gotta be that pioneer, that trailblazer to say, hey, I got the courage to go first, and I don't give a damn what nobody say. And then you'll see
Right.
more people will respect that.
Oh yeah, I mean, I appreciate you, man, because like you said, you don't know how many people have been through what you've been through, especially coming from Detroit and many other
Yeah.
major cities. But I know one thing that you had spoke about verbal abuse, man. It's so underrated. It's so
Thank
damaging.
you.
You know, so
Thank you.
many families, people you
Thank you.
date, friends, they say the worst stuff to you, especially as I'm talking about black people. Some of the
Oh
things
yeah.
that we say
Oh yeah.
about each other, even celebrities or comedians, you see some of the stuff they say, you be like, man, why do we talk so bad about each other? It's like if I like say you might think about Michael Jackson or Whitney Houston, some of the jokes that people made about them, I'm like, damn, they probably feel so horrible. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, it's like,
Yeah.
man, you still a human just because you're rich and famous,
So,
or even just because you my brother, or you just because you my friend. Like, you still got feelings, but I'm glad you put all of that into the book, man. That could be a life changing book for anybody that read it. You know what I'm
thank
saying?
you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. And that's why even what we doing right now, like we got our faces, the world can see our faces, and they may say stuff about me and you. You know what I'm saying? But we
Oh
got to
yeah,
right,
oh
right,
they'll be
right.
talking
They
about
might
them.
say,
I
right.
already
I'm saying
know.
that's thing. They might say something. Look the way he look anything. But
Yep,
we
yep,
got we got to the point where hey, talk about me. I love myself. I ain't gonna
right.
say words don't hurt. Because words hurt. Because my uncle told me at 17, man, I hurt my feelings. I wore a straight face, but inside I was hurt because I was 17. You're insecure. You're insecure. You don't really know what it's like to really be a man. Even though I had knowledge of self, I was reading all. There's still a lot of stuff I didn't know, and that bothered me, man. I wore a straight face, but uh, that kind of was killing me inside because I hurt my feelings. He said that in front of the whole neighborhood. Basically, we was all having an argument and all that. So, now I was like, go ahead and talk about me. Talk about my big nose or whatever. Whatever you can say, my big pink lips, whatever you can say about me. I love, man. You know what I'm saying? And I grew to love it, and it's just so important for us to constantly grow and get over those insecurities. It takes time. It's easier said than done, but when you realize that a lot of times you think people paying attention to you, it's not even that. It's you, and your own insecurities, and you projecting that onto other people. A lot of times, that's what I learned through experience.
Sometimes you shine too bright for people, man. You
Yeah,
shine
too.
too bright, and it hurt them. Instead of them trying to learn from you or soak up some game from you, they try to tear you down. Sadly.
And I've been there, brother, too, man. I've been there like I had. That's another thing I talk about in the book, battling my own jealousy. I ain't gonna lie. I there was some jealousy coming up. I would feel some kind of way like, and I'll talk about like feel some kind of way about a guy. Say he was popular in school. Dude ain't never said nothing wrong to me coming up. He never did nothing wrong to me. Never hurt nobody I love. Wasn't hurting other people. But it was something about him that made me feel insecure because he was secure in himself, or seemingly secure in himself, and he came in with confidence and all that. The girls like him. I had a problem with that, but it wasn't him. That's me. That's me battling my own demons. If that brother got a light, he got a light. We all guys can shine. I shouldn't be hating on him. Of course, somebody asked me, was I hating on him? I said, hell no. You know, but how many people gonna admit they was a hater? So you can't wait
Uh,
for a hater. You can't wait for a hater to admit they was a hater. You just got to be able to, recognize and not say, men in particular, when you're dealing with a hating man, you got to watch slick comments and body language more than anything. Like
definitely.
that's one thing I noticed, but it took time and I got over that, man. And I was like me and you say we was in business and you sitting on 10 million, I'm sitting on a meal. I'm like, hey man, I'm still good. I'm proud of that brother. I have no ill will towards you. And it feels so good not to be jealous of nobody, man. And even then, when you secure yourself, you know you can have jealousy emotions still stir up. And you got to catch yourself. You're like, wait a minute, why am I thinking like this? This brother ain't did nothing wrong to me. No, I gotta cut that out. And we gotta rectify that. Like, that's when you really grown. When you start checking yourself. No.
Right, or let it push you. It can motivate you. Like, man, he
Yeah.
got 10, I got one. Okay, I'm about to get 20.
Right.
Now I'm
Right.
about to set him up
Yeah.
and rob him.
Instead, right. And instead of trying to, yeah, because I'm really about that. And that's another thing. Like when we building, like it's hard because there's so many people that talk a good game, but they ain't really about it. You know what I'm saying? You see what, and we know because we both love brother Malcolm, and you see like what he went through. And
Oh yeah, definitely.
so that always sticks in my mind. But man, it's like, man, go ahead and ball, man. That's why like I'm proud of what we doing. I'm proud of networking with you and other black podcasts, man. I said we're gonna network for life, man. And I look
Oh
forward
yeah.
to meeting you in person one day too.
Oh yeah, man, definitely. We're gonna do them African tours for
We're
sure.
gonna do.
The next
We're
time
gonna
I'm
do
up in the Midwest, I'm gonna have to
it.
swing through. Next time I'm in the D with my
Oh
family,
man.
I have to get at you for sure. But just let them know, man, where they could get the book and how they could contact you and reach out to you.
Okay. And I will say something about the Africa trip. I like that clip you showed when the kid tried to cheat you out your money at first. That was funny.
Oh yeah. I gave them some extra anyway, just
That was funny.
playing
Hey,
around with them because they need
hey,
it. But they was on their hustle though.
they was. I was cracking up at it. He's like, no, man, I gave you. I was cracking up. I was cracking up in
Right.
that clip. Though. But yeah, you could reach me on Facebook at Trey Styles. You can find me on Instagram Trey Styles 978, Twitter Trey Styles 17, Clubhouse Trey Styles, and you can also catch me on my podcast, Black Man Talk. One word, Black Man Talk, on YouTube, Spotify, and other streaming platforms. And my book, Black Boy Rise, you can find on Amazon via paperback or ebook.
Okay, okay. Any last words before we get up out of here?
Hey, support this brother right here. He's a bad brother, man. He's positive. Straight out of Cleveland, Midwest representative.
Oh, right,
He doing big
likewise,
things. Right,
likewise.
right, right, right. He doing big things. He's a Renaissance man. He doing some things that I still want to do. Same age range. He done traveled all over the world. Support him. I'm definitely gonna be supporting your pod. I'm definitely gonna be checking in, sharing, and everything. So, you
Thank
know,
you, King. Thank you. I
another,
appreciate you
another
coming through.
Nothing but peace to you and love, prosperity.
Likewise, King. All right, we're gonna get up out of here. Until next time, family. Taye speaks. Peace.
Peace.